Good afternoon. It's August 28th, 2023, and today we just had a range day. Um, really nice move towards the open, and I think that's what made this high. And you can see this congestion around what would have then been the midline. Here's the overnight price action, overnight range, and we had this really strong breakout. And so prices were trying to test this price level. And you can see they tested it. But something Al Brooks talks about is overlap of the bodies of the bars, and they matched, but they didn't overlap. You can see this 2375 level, and it just got to that. So we didn't get a close beneath that. So I'm not sure if that means the gap is still open or what. But I think that's what prices were doing all day, is working off that level and trying to close that gap. So anyway, again, strong breakout of the range here. We hit that measured move and find support there. As you can see, the measured move of this range. And then shortly after the open, we break out again. And this gap closes pretty quickly. So maybe you take the second entry long off of the opening price. But we already have a break of this channel and a move to a new high. And, you know, this isn't the best setup because it's a lower low. But, you know, there's a lot of dojis in this bear channel, so maybe the bulls are still there. Look how strong this move up is. And, I mean, even in this move, you have a break and a move to a new high, so you're taking a risk. You can see some people liked it, though. And then, you know, we sell off, we make a new low, and they trap a bunch of people who think that we're going to test this price level, make a leg up into this range, and then we make another leg up. And in this range, you can see prices test the opening price area a few times, and then you get this nice 6-tick bar, bullish, room back to the EMA, right at those lows. So I think that's worth the risk. And we break out, test that level again, we make that double top, and we sell off. And you get, I would look at this as a new high, first entry, failed second entry long. So maybe you take that. It's like a breakout pullback of this level of support. And, you know, it's a nice move down, so maybe we continue down after that double top. So that's probably a channel. So we get a break of that, and you get a first entry, second entry. And I don't think I would take this just because this closes above the EMA, and there's decent buying going on. But when this one fails to break higher and you make that double top bearish signal bar, I like that one. Looks like a second entry. This is the second entry, though. And we make the new low, but then we just go sideways. And this looks like a failed breakout, but I think it's too risky. Too sideways. First entry, second entry, but again, it's just like too sideways. But I think, you know, there's room back to the EMA. I could understand why people would like that one. Breaks out to the low side, tests this price level a couple times, fails, and then we get this. And really, it's just a double test, but it's right at this price level. So if you see that nice bullish bar, I like that. Goes back into this range, fails out, and then again you get a double test bullish bar. I like this one, I would mark it blue, but you get an inside bar right after that, so that'd be tough to stick around for. But it rockets up, and I just want to talk about this because you might think, okay, well, we got a lower high above this range. Well, first of all, we broke out of this range a couple times now, so it's probably not even valid anymore. But second of all, this is two inside bars. This bar, then we have inside bar, and then we have an inside bar. So it's not the greatest probability there. But we rock it up. You get a slight overshoot right at that overnight highs. Honestly, you might risk that 5 ticks double test, but we don't make a new or a lower high, so I don't think you can take that. But you get this lower high right here back to the EMA, and I really like that. And look, these are two inside bars. This is not an inside bar. It's an outside bar, and we have bearish momentum going down already, and there's like 2 points of room back to the EMA. So I like that one. Bounces, 2 legs of correction before we start to go lower again. And you get a failed second entry long at that opening price. A lot of room to the downside here. We just had a triple top up here. You might consider this one. You can see a lot of people liked it. Slight overshoot, move down, leads to a break. No setup in here, very congested. And we bounce here. And I liked something over here. What was it? Yeah, I don't see anything in here. One thing to note, I looked for a measure move down here. This never happened. But if you look at this, and this is what I was looking at for this lower high, is if we got a second leg down, and you can see it perfectly gets there right here. So that's why these 2 entries, you might have a target there. But anyway, here we still didn't really get overlap of this body. So you get a reversal up here. First entry, failed second entry on that one. You might take that, thinking we might test the highs. Not a whole lot of evidence to suggest we're going higher. But you can see here we got an inside bar. So when it breaks higher here, it's not a failure unless it broke lower and then higher. So you might take this one. And that's how I saw it today. There's 11 minutes until market close. Not the best trading day, but there were still some good moves. Hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.